Well, hello everyone, it's Carrie back again with you today, sharing a double interactive card with some fun Heffy Doodle images and dies. There's a little dog hiding behind that gate, and there's also something hiding in the tree. So we're going to go ahead and create this using the Close the Gate die and the Treemendous Peekaboo Tree die. I also might bring in the grass die, and I actually ended up not using those. But I did already cut out our panel using the mini scalloped imperial rectangle. And then I'm going to bring in a bunch of dog images. There are so many cute ones. This one's Who Let the Dogs Out. That first one there was the Yappy Happy Male. And I'm going to use a variety of images from all of these sets. This is the O Crumbs with those little cute corgis. I ended up not using those ones on this card today, but super cute. And then this one is the Hot Diggity Dog, and I'm going to use that image right there where he's kind of digging up the dirt. And there's some really great sentiments in it as well. So there, all of those, and then I might bring in a squirrel from the Nuts About You stamp set as well. So many really great images to play with. You can use whatever you have in your stash, but these just really spoke to me today. So I'm going to start by cutting out the Close the Gate die, and it's got some really great details to it. I have some silver cardstock, like mirrored cardstock, that I'm going to use for those little detail pieces. It also looks great with black. And then I'm also going to cut the gate out of white because I want a white picket fence. I'll tape down the little details with some Heffy tape because that just wanted to get away from me there. Then I'm using my little Heffy Doodle mini die cutting machine, which I love, and I've told you this every single time. I keep it right next to my desk. It's so awesome. So look at all those cute little pieces there. Those are going to work out great for our little gate. I'm going to cut out some extra gates as well with the fence because we're going to use them to go across the whole front panel of our card. So I need a little extra gate there. And what I'm going to do is build up the part that opens so that it's a lot more sturdy because I know that this is going to get opened and closed many, many times. So I'm cutting off the gate portion to build those up, and I did this 3 times, and then those extra fences up above are what I can use to make it go across the card. I ended up only needing 2 of those, which is perfect. Now I'm going to cut out the little tree, the tree trunk, and the leafy canopy. And the great thing about this die, well, one of the great things, is that you can make it go as far across your card as you want to. Today I'm going to make it go all the way across the top. This is a big tree that's been here for a long time. And now I'll go ahead and add those detail pieces to the gate so I don't lose them on my desk. So I'll just take a little bit of liquid adhesive and add those right there. And there we go, there's our gate. And now I'm going to build up the part that opens. So I'm going to use all 3 of those pieces to stack together. This fence and gate have a wood grain texture to them already. So it's in the die. So when you cut it out, it will emboss that texture, but the tree does not. Luckily, there's this die right here, which is the wood grain texture background die. And I love it for adding a little bit of wood grain, a little bit of stitching detail, and it's going to match our gate perfectly. I think it looks really cool. So all we have to do is just color it up with a little bit of ink. You can cut this out of colored cardstock if you have it. I'm usually short on brown cardstock, also green for some reason. But I can color them up using some ink. So I've got distress ink in some vintage photo, and I'm going to color up the tree trunk right here with that. Then I'll clean off my grip mat there and color up the leaf canopy. I'm going to add just a little darker shade near the bottom of the leaves here. And in that die there are individual leaves you can add as well. This looks great as a fall tree. It looks great as a summer tree. It's really versatile. And for the background panel, which is the scalloped rectangle here that I've cut out, I'm going to use some Mermaid Lagoon to ink on a sky. And then I'll bring in a darker shade of blue, which is the Uncharted Mariner. And I'll go around that just a little bit to make it a little darker around the edges. I should have brought this in just a little more. What I didn't realize was the leaves were going to cover up all of that darkness there. But it's fine. It's fine. And then for the grass, I'll just bring in a little mowed lawn just near the bottom there. Just inking that on nice and smooth. So you can add whatever you want to this background. You could add some clouds. You could make it a sunset if you wanted to. I just wanted a bright summery day. And I'm just going to kind of lay this out and see that it is working. So that's going to look great. I'm going to set that aside while I stamp and color up some images. I'm going to use the alcohol-friendly cardstock from Heffy Doodle. It's my favorite for coloring up these images. And I'll choose some of these really cute ones here. This one, digging up the dirt. He didn't know the gate was open. He's trying to dig his way out. And then I've got this little guy here. He's super cute. He looks like a sheepdog to me, but he really could be anything. And this one here with the little chihuahua. I love that one. So I'll go ahead and stamp these. I'm going to leave a little bit of the coloring in, just a touch, to give you an idea of how I'm coloring these up. I'm taking some cool grays to start out coloring this little guy. I'm calling him a sheepdog today, so I'm coloring him in some grays, and he is really fun to color. He's got some really great details here. So starting with C5 and then bringing in C3, I'll bring in again the C1 and C0 to blend that all through. So he's going to be mostly gray, but I am going to add a little bit of a kind of a spot on his back. And this is how I just like to color him up. I usually start with the darkest and then blend it out with the lightest and go back in with the dark colors again. For his little mustache here, I'm adding some darker colors. And then I'll blend that through once again as well. Heffy Doodle, if you didn't know, is closing up shop, and they will be closing officially on July 1st, 2024. So if you want to place an order, be sure to get it in before June 30th so you can get all your cute images. And the dies are on sale a really large amount. So if you are wanting some coordinating dies that you don't have to some of the images you already do have, then go check out and see what they've got available left. I have already placed a couple of orders. I might be placing another before they close. I am kind of sad that this is my last Heffy Doodle video, at least my last official one. I may have one more that I share that I created using another one of my favorite dies ever. So look for that. Now moving on to the coloring of the dirt, I'm using E79 and then some E50s for this one. And I'm going to go back through a couple of times to darken it up just a little bit. For the little dog himself, I'm going to bring in some E40s and color him up lighter. And I'll also use the same E40s for the little chihuahua, only coloring him even lighter. And isn't this just the cutest little image? He's adorable. So I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit so that we can put this card together. And there's all our images. I'm going to cut this down a little so I can use my mini die cutting machine to cut these out using the coordinating dies and some heavy tape there. I will save that rest of that paper for a later use. So just lining these up and taping them down, and then I can run them through the die cut machine and cut them out perfectly. So this makes it really easy to create your scene. Awesome. There's our images just like that. So let's put this whole card together. I'm going to hide this little guy behind the gate. And then the chihuahua fit better on the right side. He fit better than the little sheepdog, so I'm going to make the sheepdog go right underneath the tree. And this tree die, by the way, has a special die that will open, and I've already cut that out. I also stamped on the Yappy birthday and put together this portion of the card, but behind that little opening on the tree die, I have already put a little squirrel. Look, there he is. Just a little sneak peek there, and he's super cute, and now we can put all of this together. So I'm using liquid adhesive to add the tree. Now this is larger than the card panel that we have, so I'm just going to put it where it fits perfectly. So the dog will fit underneath, the leaves will fit on top, and you can still open that little opening in the tree. That's our second interactive piece of this card. And then I'll cut off all the extra of that tree that's hanging over the edge. So I just like to turn it over and cut off the extra so it lines up with the edge of our card. Just like that. And that's going to be perfect. And then we'll go ahead and add the leaves to the top. Again, with this, I did cut it longer than the card panel itself, so I will have to trim a little bit of this off as well, but I like to give myself a little extra room so that I know I have plenty to go all the way across. And then I'll turn that over and cut off the excess of that as well. So it's all going to line up perfectly, just like that. Then I also stamped and die cut out that little woof right there with the speech bubble. And then I'll place that on with some foam tape, and also place this little sheepdog on with some foam tape right underneath the tree. He's barking at that squirrel. So here's a look at our card. You can see how fun and interactive this is. The little dog hiding behind the gate, the squirrel hiding in the tree, plenty of dogs to go around. And I love this Yappy birthday sentiment. It's perfect for a birthday card for my nephew or a granddaughter. It's going to be really fun to give. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to head over to the Heffy Doodle shop to see what else is still available at really great prices. I'm so glad you stopped by today. I'll see you real soon on my channel, I hope. Until then, happy crafting. Bye-bye.